Hello, it's Mr. A here with College AIM, and I am joined today by three wonderful College AIM collegians, current college students. Um, and we're going to talk today a little bit about how you can make sure that you have a successful first year of college. I'm going to pass the mic off and let these three wonderful individuals introduce themselves, and then we're going to jump into some questions.
Okay, I guess I'll start. My name is Shahida Watkins. I attend the University of West Georgia. I'm now a sophomore, majoring in business.
Ladies first. My name is Caitlin Johnson. I attend Georgia State University, and my major is African American Studies.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Kelly. I attend Trinity College. I am a sophomore, and I am double majoring in sociology and women and gender studies.
Wonderful. As you can see, we have three incredible alums of DeKalb County Public Schools who are doing great things in college, who've had very successful first years of school and have definitely hit some road bumps, but they've also kind of righted the ship, figured things out, and are still on track to graduate. So I'm going to jump in with a few questions. My goal today is to talk as little as possible and let these three talk as much as possible. So Shahida, Dion, and Kaylin, cut me off when I'm talking too much because they don't want to hear from me. They want to hear from y'all. Okay. My first question is about tutoring. So one of the biggest pieces of academic advice that I have for students starting their first year of college is to go to tutoring. It's free. And to go to tutoring before like you're having issues in a class. So go to tutoring early on in the semester so you can get ahead rather than trying to catch up. Kaylin, I know you have some experience with tutoring. Can you talk about one of those experiences with tutoring, either a success story or a cautionary tale? So that students can really have a sense of what they should be doing?
Well, so I got admitted to Georgia State University through a success program. So it required that I take tutoring as part of like my curriculum to help me get on the right track. And I also started in the summer as well. So this was like the program and how they got started or whatever. And so the main goal for me was to, basically take tutoring to help me with my classes, and it was called supplemental instruction. So it was led by a student that had taken the class previously, and they earned an A in the class as well. And so that way, I learned from somebody that was, relatable to me, more like a peer, but I still was able to learn the material. And this was like the beginning. So I started from the beginning of school, going to supplemental instruction. And I think that if I hadn't, started going to supplemental instruction from the very beginning and really taking advantage of that curriculum that they provided with me, I don't think that I would have succeeded so much in that class. I actually earned an A plus the whole way, throughout the class. So I say that, going to tutoring is great. It can help you in the long run, really. And just so it's more of a service for you than for them. They want to help you succeed.
Awesome, Kaylin. And Kaylin's talking about supplemental instruction because it was a requirement in her program. Even if it's not a requirement, they're still going to be on your campus as well. Mm-hmm. So I want to pivot a little bit. The next topic I want to talk about is connecting with professors and staff members. A really critical piece of advice that I like to give students is that they need to invest in their relationships, not just with their peers and roommates, but invest in relationships with professors and staff members. It can help with scholarships. It can help with getting good grades, lots of things. Dion, I know that you have put some time into building relationships on campus this year. Can you talk about an experience you had getting to know a professor or a staff member at school and how that was helpful this year?
Sure. So when I was, it's a thing that we have on campus. I don't know if it's on all college campuses, but as a freshman, you have to take like a seminar class, which is like kind of like that intro in between all the secular skills that you will need in going into the college experience. So my seminar class was a bit different. It was like a role-playing thing that we did or something like that, but it really helped in the aspect of like writing, critical thinking, and all other stuff. So my academic advisor, she was part of that class, and I didn't know she was my advisor until like after we had that discussion and that conversation. Because for me personally, I tend to want to do the best that I can in all of my classes. So I tend to have those conversations either weekly or bi-weekly, or once or twice out the week to like see how I'm doing in class, how I can better my craft in the class and things of that nature. So with my academic advisor specifically, she kind of helped me in deciding what major I want to do, the classes, and also it was a requirement and it wasn't a requirement at the same time because of the fact like if you don't see your advisor like sometime towards the end of the year, those holes that they have in your account, whether it's like class registration holes or financial holes, will still be there until you talk to your advisor. But I recommend seeing whether it's your academic advisor or like mentor in general because they can help you formulate and like alleviate yourself through the college experience. And yeah. So.
Oops, I was on mute. Typical Zoom meeting issue. That's so smart, Dion. I was the student who didn't meet with his academic advisor nearly as much as he should, and I almost didn't take a class that I needed to graduate, and only found out the semester, the final semester I was in college, and just got lucky. Like Dion's story about meeting with your academic advisor is so true. All right, next question. Something that I also struggled with, but in high school, it can be really easy to procrastinate and do all the work at the last second because y'all are smart and y'all are brilliant and y'all are capable, like I always tell you. So that means you can get away with it in high school. In college, not so much. And I like to tell students it's a good idea to start studying for a test before it's due. I know it's tough to motivate yourself to do. Or if you get a big paper or a big project, try to start in on that big paper or big project as soon as it's assigned, even if it's several months out, because that at least gets the ball rolling. So Shahida, do you mind talking about some tips that you have for students around learning not to procrastinate?
Definitely. So procrastinating is so easy to do, but it's not something that you want to. For me, I would say getting a planner and using your reminders on your phone. That's something that kept me notified on anytime I had something to do, as well as, getting things out the way as soon as you're assigned, because high school is so easy. Okay, I have this assignment, I'll just do it the day before. You cannot do that in college. You have so many other classes that you have to be worried about, and you really have to put effort in. It's not something you just do and done. You really have to put effort in. So I would say invest in a planner to make sure you're getting everything done, and also use your reminder on your phone. It really comes in handy to remind you when you have things due, and set out your schedule for the day. It helps everything to be easier and smoother. And 9 times out of 10, you won't forget that you have something to do, or just forget on purpose. So yeah.
Forgetting on purpose is one of my favorites.
Yes.
It's also something that's going to help you like in life beyond college. Starting to use that planner. I'm like a planner every day. I use my calendar on my phone every day. And if you get into those habits before college, it's going to help you for a long time after.
Definitely.
Another question I have is around asking for help. So for some reason, we have this idea in our mind that it's a sign of weakness to ask for help. It's like, I don't know how to do something, so I'm weak. But really, it's the only way to survive college, and it's the only way to survive beyond college as well. So Kaylin, this question is for you. Can you think of a time that you asked for help specifically from College AIM? Because I want folks to know that we are there really to help with whatever you need throughout this first year and beyond. So can you think of a time that you've asked for help from College AIM and how they helped solve a problem for you?
Well, see, I think College AIM makes it kind of easy for you to ask for help. They definitely are inviting and open to, being a resource for you. I think that's what happened this time. I know that I needed it. And so when College AIM reached out to me and said, hey, is there anything that we can do for you? Then that's when I was just like, okay, now I can, I feel okay, basically extending my arm out because they reached out to me first. So this happened with, oh my gosh, somebody is calling me. I apologize.
It's a Zoom, you get it.
They keep calling back. It's crazy. So anyway, so Miss Joanne from College AIM reached out to me, and this was at the beginning of COVID-19. She reached out to me and she said, hey, is there anything that you need from College AIM? How can we help you? She did try to provide financial assistance, but I said no because I didn't think that I needed that at the time. I think that I'm highly favored and blessed. So I was able to say no to that and, get other resources that could be useful to me while, still being, I think, not so selfish and letting somebody else have those other resources. She said, is there anything you need? And I just said, hey, I need printer ink. And with that, she was like, okay, we can get you some printer ink the next day. She called me back and she was like, okay, so what kind of printer do you have? We went over all of that. And then she was just like, well, it's being sent now from Amazon. And then it came like, I think Friday. So it took like 2 days. But Miss Joanne really helped me, like, just let me know that we're here for you. And if you need help with anything else. Also, I had an essay due like towards the end of school, and I didn't complete it, and I didn't ask for help from anybody, just because I thought I was so embarrassed. Mr. A always talks about how I'm a great student and da-da-da-da. You're always on top of your work, Kaylin, da-da-da-da. But I'm like, you don't know that that essay was due 2 months, like late. It was late. It was 2 months overdue. So with that being said, it really made me feel bad. And I had let 2 months pass already, and I was going to let another week pass before I decided to ask for help. So I also reached out to Mr. A and Ms. Joanne. I think this was around COVID-19 as well when it first happened. And I was just like, hey, I need help. I know I've already waited 2 months. Can you guys help me now? And they did. And I was able to get at least a C. I got a C on the assignment, but it was something. You know what I'm saying? I could have got an F. So I thank you, and I appreciate College Aim for that.
So what I hope is that Kaylin's 2 stories show that we're here to help with whatever. We're not here to judge or tell you like you should have done this, you should have done that. I promise you, whatever mistakes you make in college, I did worse. I was not a good college student at a lot of points in my college career, and I promise you that that's the case for everybody who works with College Aim. So we're here to help, not here to judge or here to say anything else. So please, for all the rising college students who are listening, please, 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 when you need something, just ask.
Reach out ahead of time as you realize that you need help. It's so much better in the long run.
Definitely. Thank you, Kaylin. Cool. Next question is about getting involved on your college campus. So a lot of students I know go into college and they're like, my freshman year, I'm just going to be about getting my grades. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to join clubs. I'm not going to get a job, because if I don't do that, I can spend more time focusing on college. The issue with that is if you don't do anything in college, you don't really get to meet anybody, and it can be really, really lonely. You don't want a lonely freshman year. You deserve so much better than that. So my suggestion is always that students join something the first week of school, regardless if it's something you really want to do. So even if it's not a club you're going to be involved in forever, just to join something to get to know somebody and have something on your calendar that you can look forward to. That's my suggestion. But Dion, I would love your suggestions here as well. Can you talk about something that you got involved in your first year that became a good kind of like community or good group of people for you to rely on, so you didn't feel alone, especially because you were pretty far away from home?
So for me personally, the thing about being involved on campus is not even about like doing something. I feel like being involved on campus, whether it's like with clubs or organizations, it's just about finding like your niche on the college campus, and it also helps towards like finding what you actually want to study and what you want to actually do some of the times, because a lot of clubs and orgs on campuses have those resources or those opportunities to help you like really formulate what you are interested in. So an experience for me, because I'm a Christian, I love gospel music. I love to sing, all that. I love to do all that. So I joined gospel choir on campus. It was on every Tuesday. I was always looking forward to going to gospel choir because I love to sing and I love Jesus. Like that's just two of the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So for me, like when you try to look for stuff you're really involved in, try to look for stuff that is of your interest and stuff that are even the closest of your interest. And another thing, I'm trying to be picky when being involved, because there's so many opportunities you can miss if you're just not open-minded to most things on your campus. Because there was this like jujitsu class, and I was like, what is that? So I tried it, and I was like, this is actually not that bad, because even though I'm not pro a physical workout guy or whatever, it was like a great opportunity to like release some stress and like be in tune with your body and stuff like that. So a thing about being involved, 2 things: be very open-minded to the opportunities and chances that you have to be involved on campus, and in order to find what you truly want to do and who you are as a person.
Awesome. That's great advice, Dion. Thank you. And now that I know you do martial arts, I might need to make sure I.
Okay.
Last question that I have for a specific person. I have one that I want to open up to everybody. And it's kind of in line with that last question. It's about having fun and actually enjoying your time and balancing academics. It's really easy in college just to work all day and stay in your room and work and go to the library and work and go to class and work. And that's not worth it. Like, that's not the only reason why you're going to college. It's important that you're happy for two reasons. One, you deserve to be happy. Like, as a human being, you deserve to be happy at all times. That's something that you deserve. I'm repeating myself, but I'm repeating myself because it's important. And the second is that you're going to be a better student if you're happy. It's just how the brain works. I'm not a scientist, so I can't tell you exactly which neurons are firing and all, but your brain works better when you're a happy person. So Shahida, what's one thing you did during your freshman year on a regular basis to make yourself happy?
One thing I always did was play volleyball. Like every night I would go to the gym and play volleyball. Not only did it make me happy, it was like a stress reliever if I was like stressed over classes or anything. So playing volleyball definitely played a major role in, a lot. So yeah.
Awesome. And I encourage everybody who's listening, find that thing, find your volleyball, so that you can get in a regular in a regular habit of making yourself happy. All right, last question I got for everybody. What's one thing, one tip, it can be something we talked about or something else altogether, one tip that you'd give to all of our students who are headed off to college in the fall, to make sure that they have a successful first year? Just one thing, that's all you got.
Okay, something that I always say is to use your resources. Use your resources. That's my tip.
Awesome. Thanks, Shahida.
I would say don't give up. Don't give up, because it may suck right now, but in the future you're gonna be like, why did I quit? I'm so happy I didn't give up, and I can't wait to continue, even though it's gonna get hard.
Awesome. Thanks, Kaylin.
A tip for me that I would emphasize: self-care is the best care, because at the end of the day, you have yourself, and nobody is going to look out for you but you and or God if you're a Christian or believer. I don't know. I am. So things I would do to take care of myself: sleep, of course, and journaling. So be sure to take care of yourself, because your mentality is everything.
100%. Y'all heard it from three experts here, not from. It's been almost a decade, y'all.
Right.
A decade.
Drag it.
So I'm too old to give y'all the good advice. I'm glad that our rising college students have heard from three people who've done it and done it well in the last year. Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you, Shahida, for joining us, especially in the midst of continued quarantine, and I really appreciate your time. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right.
I just wanted to pop up quickly to remind you to please complete the form that is listed in the description below. You will be entered in a drawing for a weekly $250 scholarship by completing that form. It should take you 1 or 2 minutes at most, not a big deal at all, and it's the easiest application you can complete for a scholarship all summer. So please make sure you do that. We'll select one scholarship winner each week, and best of luck. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.